Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about having Aries on the 7th house cusp in a natal chart. Now, Aries on the 7th house, first conclusion or obvious one I come to, is that in a relationship situation, this person that has this placement may seek a partner that is assertive, aggressive, forceful, maybe very courageous, has a lot of fortitude, willing to speak his or her mind, be very outspoken and straightforward. This could often indicate perhaps an early or impetuous or impulsive type of marriage. The person with Libra rising obviously has Aries on the 7th house cusp, and Libra rising really often emphasizes partnerships and relationships, and it's okay to emphasize it, but just make sure that you're making the right decision and you're being judicious in this manner. The 7th house also governs partnerships, so this could be somebody that, like in a partnership situation, may either be show an aggressive side or have contentious situations, maybe involving partnerships, say in a business partnership situation, or they may attract people in these partnerships that might have that combative or acrimonious side, but at the same time attract ones that will speak their mind and can be very forceful and have a lot of initiative and enterprise. And initiative enterprise is always good, I would say, for a partnership, especially like in a business like one. Now, the 7th house, we look at this and we look at this can be connected with open enemies or adversaries. Now, this could indicate that perhaps the enemies that stand out, that are blatant, and they could be ones that can be have a lot of aggression, can be somewhat volatile or explosive, and have these qualities where they can be very, very contentious and argumentative, perhaps. And the thing about it is, these people will obviously, these open enemies, they reveal themselves. They will if they're open, of course, but it will be shown in a very strong manner, and this person will obviously, they'll know where they stand very strongly with these particular kind of enemies. Now, the 7th house is also about legal issues and legalities, and this is where we might see the more combative side of someone with Libra rising come out, because Libra rising is known to be very diplomatic and tactful and peaceful. But in a court situation, well, Libra is a sign that abhors injustice. So this is the type of person, I think, we would look at a Libra rising and having Aries on the 7th, we would see the stronger combative side come out, because this in more of a fearless quality, because this person would probably, in most instances, I would think, would fight to the bitter end in terms of things that are connected with injustice, or things that are not equal, and they're about equality, and Libra likes to have that fairness, and if something especially is unfair, they may be one of the first people to bring it up into a court or legal situation. Now, also the 7th house, what we look at perhaps the public as well, and the thing about this is, many of you, well, some of you, the older people, may have remembered a person by the name of Billy Martin. He was a former baseball player, pro baseball player, and he was a manager. And he had Libra rising, and of course he had Aries on the 7th house cusp. Well, despite having, Libra rising is known to be, like I stated before, about being the tactful, diplomatic, the peacemaker, the negotiator. But many of you may remember that his situation with the public, like with reporters, for example, was anything but harmonious. It was rather contentious. There was a documentary on TV, and it was about. It had Billy. I remember it had Billy Martin. Someone played Billy Martin, and he just basically, reporters came into the clubhouse or something. He just told them to basically get the hell out of here. and that kind of epitomized his relationship with the public. So the public can be, the situation with maybe the public in some instances can be a little bit combative and acrimonious for people that have Aries on the 7th house cusp in their natal chart. This could be a person that, as far as their, I want to go back one more time to like the partnership relationship situation with this person. Now, they may be attracted also to people that are competitive, and maybe even in some cases sports minded, somebody that exhibits these fearless qualities. And it might be someone that might be like someone in law enforcement, could be somebody in the military, maybe somebody that's like that works as a firefighter, something like a Martian or Mars-like type profession. Maybe they might be attracted to these kind of people that have these professions. So those are some things to consider if you have Aries on the 7th house cusp in your natal chart. Well, anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for having Aries on the 7th house cusp in a natal chart. And stay tuned next time, where I'll be dissertating and talking about having the zodiac sign Taurus on the 7th house cusp in a natal chart. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone. Because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.